Hey everyone, welcome to this new video on my channel. So, today we are gonna talk about a very hot topic right now, that is the Adani enterprise or Adani port or Adani power or Adani green or Adani transmission stock, a good buy at these levels. So, basically, looking back at really what happened was there was a tweet by Sucheta Dalal, and she didn't mention anything related to Adani or Adani as the company, but people kind of figured out that she was referring to Adani, the company, in her tweet. So the next day, the company's stock gap down opened, and it was around on this date. This was on 14 June when it really happened, that the stock opened with a big gap towards the downside, and there was a sell off. Like at one point, Adani Enterprises was 25% down, and there was a statement by Economic Times as well that two of the funds, which are FIIs who are investing in Adani stocks, have been put on a hold. Their accounts have been put on a hold. So people thought that there is something fishy going on, but then it was somewhere around here that it was 25% down, around 1200 rupees Adani Enterprises stock. And then as it gradually started to go up, and then there was a news that the statement by Economic Times is not right and it is faulty. But if you see, the market doesn't act in a certain way. If a stock shows some weakness or shows that there is something fishy going on, it doesn't mean that once a statement comes out by the company, which is good for the company, but the people are scared. People don't buy. At every time, what happens in these cases is at every bounce which the stock sees, the people who are trapped at the higher levels are gonna get out of the stock. So if you see, the stock went up till here, the next day as well it went up till 1575, uh, but the people who were trapped in the stock at the higher levels, they wanted to get out. Around this region, people who were trapped wanted to get out of the stock. So now, the main question, that is this the area where we should start buying? I would say wait for a day or two and see how the stock is performing. But I will here help you and will analyze the levels which you should be looking at, and the levels around which you can start buying if you are a long term believer in the company. If you think that the Adani brand is going to be very huge in the future, as it is still huge, but if you think it's going to be a very good investment, then you can start looking at this around these levels, which I'm going to tell you right now. But what I do personally is, if I want to buy a stock, I can't always be 100% correct that yes, these are the levels which one should be buying at. Sometimes it goes a bit lower as well, or sometimes it bounces from those levels. So, what you can do is buy in tranches of, like, first buy 25% of your total amount which you were going to invest. For example, if you were going to invest 1 lakh in Adani Enterprises, so around a certain level you can put 25%, so that is 25,000. Then if it comes a bit lower, then you put another 25. So your average turns out to be good. And if you're a long term believer in the company, these falls are good for the investors. It is a way for them to accumulate more of these stocks. So let's hop on and let's first analyze the Adani Enterprises stock. So basically, for me, the level which I'm looking at is around 1250 to 1260. If you see that on the day when there was 25% fall, it went up around these levels only. So the first level which I'm looking at is 1260 or 1270, and I might look to buy 25% around these levels if these levels come. And otherwise, the main level for the stock is the low of 14 June, which is 1200, 1201. This is the main level. If the stock holds this level, then there is no need to worry. This stock is there to stay. And the way Adani is doing for the country, for the investments he's doing for the country, I don't think it's a scam. People are relating this to Harshad Mehta story and all of that. I don't think the Adani at this point is very huge in this country, and I don't think the company is going to go anywhere. So my main area where I'm looking at is 1200. If this stocks holds this, then we are good. And on the higher side, till till the time it goes above this 1570 area, I would say it's going to be in a range. And if it crosses 1570, then, and on closing basis it closes above 1570, then there is a possibility that the fall is done. Okay, so now let's look at Adani Ports. Adani Ports looks more bearish than Adani Enterprises. I basically, I'm not able to figure out why the structure of both these companies and both these charts, they reacted on the same news, but the structure of both the companies is different. It might be the case that people are more interested in buying Adani Enterprises than Adani Ports. But for me, Adani Ports is a bit different than Adani Enterprises right now. So for me, till the time Adani Ports doesn't cross 712, it is bearish and it is weak for me. And then there will be another resistance which the stock will face around 750. So, and this area is another resistance meaning it will be hard for the price to cross these levels. So this area as well is going to be hard for the stock to cross. So I think tomorrow there is a possibility that the stock might test 640 levels again, and if it doesn't hold these levels or these lows, for example these levels of around 630, if it doesn't hold and goes down again, so it might go lower and you might see a better price to start buying the stock. The one which I was liking before, I had an eye on to buy before everything had started, this whole fiasco had started, was Adani Power. This chart looked really, really good to me at one point. But for me, currently it's lower circuit every day. But if in case, if it comes to 108 and if it's halting there and if it's taking support around these levels and if it holds these levels, then the stock is in a good situation. But if it comes below this line, then it will be again in this range from somewhere around 90 to 106. So basically it has to hold 108 on closing basis to be bullish for now and continue that long-term trend, because the way it broke out of this area was really massive, and you can look at these levels if you want to enter the stock. The next one is Adani Green. Adani Green, I am not really interested right now to enter. For me, I will be eyeing this area of around 1015 to 1990. I'm not considering to enter this stock until it comes around these levels and holds these levels. For me, same Adani Transmission. this is the area which I'm looking at. It should be somewhere around 1100. Till the time it doesn't come to this area, I'm not really interested in the stock. I think this will be like 1100 to 1200 will be the area where it will consolidate and stay in a range. So this will be the area where I look. If it holds these levels, then yes, these stocks might be a good play in the future. But I would just say one thing: trade based upon your risk management, because the stock is so volatile and there are so many things happening around it. Please try and keep a stop loss. You can even like put a stop loss of 2 to 3% if you are playing it for short term. Like if it goes against you 2 to 3%, you get out. But yeah, if you're a long term buyer, what I would say is don't put a stop loss. Instead, if it falls down more, you buy more. First, you buy only 25% and then 25% again. So you buy in tranches. And what you do is, as a long term investor, you shouldn't be scared of these falls. It is good for you so that you can accumulate more of these stocks. So yeah, that's about it. And this is my analysis on the Adani stocks. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section. And if you haven't, press the bell icon and stay updated for my future videos. Thank you.